Time now for the voice of the land on the Big Play Network with your hosts, Kevin Arnold and Always Positive Jay.
And we are being joined momentarily by the organizer, Eric, jumping on the show.
Oh, man, he's letting the wild hair out now.
Yeah, got to get the hair out there. The headset wouldn't go over the hat, even though as much of a great hat as that was. Eric.
The Mike Clevenger hair?
Yeah, your Mike Clevenger hair. Eric, thank you so much for having us out here.
Where's the camera? What do I look at?
Just looking straight ahead, right between Peter and his son, or we call him audio because nobody ever actually sees him on camera. So, but Eric, just talk to the people about what you guys are building with doing this kind of a tailgate event during the off season.
Oh, the Browns don't give us any opportunities to have any playoff games at home, so we have no opportunities to tailgate. So I figured, what can we do in the off season, which is long because we look forward to the draft, and then it's a long summer with hopes and dreams that are usually shattered by November. And so I figured that we should do something in May, a tailgate that can bring everybody together. So in the tailgate world, you have this person tailgates at Muni, this one tailgates at Burke, this one does at West 6. So I was like, well, they don't ever leave, so why can't we get them all together at one time for a good cause? So I figured we'll just do this event where people come from different parking lots and tailgating activities, bring them together for a great cause once a year.
So it's a hodgepodge of tailgaters all meeting up in one spot.
Because no one's going to be at West 6 and be like, oh, I'm going to visit you at Burke. That's like a 45-minute walk.
I think I was the only person that was doing that.
I think you did that. I was like, are you crazy?
Well, you've seen his tailgate has been featured on the Tales of Tailgate with our podcast.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it was a good turnout today. Last year we had 112 people, so this year is a little bit better. It's always weather dependent, but if you can watch
it's holding out.
Yeah, if you can watch the Browns during a tsunami, I think we had 5 games last year. It was all rain. I think you can come to a little event, and it's got a little awning here, and it's pretty chill. I would say it's like a PG-13 version of a family picnic, dysfunctional family picnic.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So you're raising money for which cause today?
City Dogs Cleveland. So we're dogs, and so they're dogs. So I figured that dogs need some attention. You don't need to buy a dog from a pet store or anything like that. Plenty of dogs that need homes. Their kennel is full, so they usually have some good deals on adoption. So
and they do great work with them, getting them adjusted back to living with people.
Yeah, some of the things these people do to the animals, they should be flogged out back or publicly stoned. I think some of the things they do are kind of disgusting. So I figured that raise some money for these guys and do the best I can to get awareness.
They can't do anything to help themselves, really, so we got to look out for them.
The dog is the best friend. I mean, they're happy to see you when you go get the mail, and if you're gone for 3 weeks, they don't know the difference. They're just happy to see you.
Well, I brought my fiance out, and she's been wanting us to adopt a dog for a while. We need to have the right living situation for it. That was kind of something for after the wedding, which takes place next week. But
my co-host gets married next week, by the way.
Oh wow!
Next Saturday.
Hey, this place is up for bachelor parties.
We already had our party.
Yeah, we had all those. Now, Eric, the organizer of Top Dawg Tailgate, here with the off-season edition. Of course, you guys usually do it on West 3rd, and like we said, everybody can go back to our YouTube channel, @VoiceLand Podcast, to go back to that series of Tales of Tailgating and check out what you guys do over there in case they want to check you out during the season.
They make a bunch of awesome food is what they do there. I'll tell you
the thing is, if we're not going to win any games, at least we're going to eat like champs.
Yeah.
So I figured just
the big thing, because like I said, I've gone to so many now, the difference with yours and a lot of others, yours is very kid-friendly. It's very family-oriented. You could bring young kids there, and they're fine.
I mean, if you're looking for vegan options or gluten-free, probably not the best place to go. But if you're looking to get your fill,
in trouble over there.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Hey, man, I can't help the allergies that I have. I figure it out. I always figure it out. I always figure out ways to eat.
You make the best out of it.
Yeah,
you make the best
figure out ways to eat. Eric, what are your the schedule just came out. What are your impressions of it? I mean, how many wins do you see for this team?
Oh, we're going to play the win-loss game. Let's see.
I mean, we don't play the schedule game on here. We just kind of go you want to go in a range. All you have to do is a range. You don't even have to give a total.
10 wins.
10 wins?
Okay.
Is that good? I mean.
Do you think that would get this team in the playoffs for how deep the AFC is right now?
No, I think you need to get 12 wins, 11-12, because these guys, for some reason, they thought like Cincinnati got worse or something like that. They were like one play away from winning the Super Bowl.
They just went out and beat that offensive lineup.
You know, we haven't even won a division since 1989, so we got a lot of work to do. Like we do a lot of talking, and
so you're more of the prove it than before you start talking
I'm
about
all, when they scan my ticket and I go to the, way up to the top at 537, I'm all excited, and usually by the second quarter, I'm like, yep, all right, here we go again, Yeah. But for some reason, it's like a moth to the light. We just keep coming back for more punishment, but hey,
we're Browns fans, man.
That's all you can do.
We were just talking before we went to break and brought you on. I mean, the last game of the year is scheduled to be in Pittsburgh again, and that's usually the
one where they fired the coach.
Yeah, the coach, great. The GM, something like that.
I think that Stefanski will be on the hot seat if they don't finish above 500 because you got too much talent on the team to. I mean, if this Watson project, Massage Boy, if it doesn't work out, the Browns are gonna be bad for a long time. I can see that because remember those days where it's people are coming looking for a section or their seat or just grab a row. Yep. Those days are going to come back because draft picks. I can see if the Browns are tanking or not or they're losing. I can see Myles Garrett and Nick Chubb. They're not young puppies anymore. They're going to be fifth, sixth year in the league. Yeah. They're going to want to win. They're not going to wait around for the Browns to get their act together. And I don't blame them. I was kind of hard about the Jarvis Landry thing. That kind of broke my heart because going into the season with DPJ and Schwartz, I'm like.
Well, we have Cooper. I absolutely do love Amari Cooper. I think he's very good.
Yeah, I mean,
but he's not the vocal leader that Jarvis Landry is.
No, you need a guy that
he's very Nick Chubbish.
Yeah, just very politely, doesn't take it right on red or anything like that. Just follows all the rules. I get it, but you need a little bit of an attitude. It seems like the Browns always get pushed around, and guys like Jarvis, I know he's a little chippy, but I think you need a little bit of chips on his shoulders here. Get some attitude going.
Let's Kareem Hunt now.
Yeah,
he's got the attitude.
Yeah. Well, he might be out of here too.
This is going to be his last season. That's what
it's kind of funny. They're like Stefanski and these. I read these Browns things all the time. They're going to put Nick Chubb and Hunt in the backfield at the same time. It took you this long to figure it out? I mean, really?
Yeah, it's not like we were clamoring for it. I know that they say when you start listening to fans, you end up with the fans, but there's certain things that fans, media, anybody with kind of just a keen eye or lack thereof can see, and they still won't do them because they still want to act like they're smarter than everybody else. My biggest concern is what you were just talking about, is that leadership in the locker room. Do you have other concerns for this team going forward? Because they are in a win-now mode outside of how long Deshaun Watson gets suspended. You give him $230 million guaranteed. Within that contract, you better be in a Super Bowl, if not winning one.
Definitely. I mean, with AFC, it's just every team in AFC West got a real quarterback.
I mean, it's an arms race in the AFC
we're going to be – we have to score points. There's none of this, I'm tired of how, Stefanski's learning on the job. Wait a minute. I need to win now, not learn for you how to coach.
That excuse is gone. After 2 seasons, you have to know what you're doing for sure 100%.
Yeah, I got to look at the film. You know what? Look at this film. I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, some of the stuff they do is it's just unbelievable. When the fans say run the ball, most of the time we're right. When we're third and inches, why are we going 3 wide, 4 wide? Just smash the ball. If you can't get 1 yard, I mean, you don't deserve to win.
We're not just brought up to be fans in this area. The game was invented in Canton, Ohio, so we're taught who to be fans of, but also what the game of football is supposed to look like. And maybe as much as it changes and people say it changes over the years, there's still the basics that should be done that aren't done because people are just overthinking them.
I want to know the statistic between blood pressure of people in Cleveland, Ohio, and everybody else. Because during football season, I'm sitting there like this.
Some interesting
You've got to be kidding me. I mean, it's just seriously?
I know I've seen some news reports that, towards the end of every year where they say oh, well, Cleveland was this year, Cleveland was that. I've seen Cleveland being one of the most stressed metropolitan areas.
It's the only fan base where they're fighting against each other, whether there's Johnny Football versus Brian Hoyer, whether you want a dome or retractable roof, and okay, all I want the Browns to do is win.
Yep.
Okay, I don't care about the Patriots. They won a bunch of Super Bowls, and their stadium was built after ours, and they don't even have escalators to the upper deck. They got ramps. But guess what? For 20 years, they had an invoice saying playoffs. We're here fighting about this, and this. We've got to get it together. This is just it's getting sad. You're seeing generations of
this fan base doesn't deserve it. That's for sure. They deserve playoffs every year.
Yeah,
every year.
And that's thrown around throughout the year of different fan bases. And I know that we're here in the area, so it sounds like it's biased. But I mean, everything that we've gone through. If if a team that's been good for so long goes through one bad year and their fans are clamoring for it, then everybody, national media and stuff, feels bad for them. We've endured this, and like you said, we're a glutton for punishment, and we just keep coming back for more and more because at some point it's got to break.
I mean, we look back at these highlights of Eric Metcalf running 2 kickbacks against the Steelers. That's our defining moment. They finished 7-9 that year and didn't make the playoffs. Whoopee-doo. I mean, give me something relevant to look at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's what we're hoping for. That's what we feel like this organization has put all of their chips in the center of the table to do. So we'll see how it works out.
It almost seems like they're neutered, though. They always have this dog pound, you know. They want to, like, advertise the dog pound. They show the screen and, you know, people in the 80s and stuff like that. These fans are on their phones these days, but I get it. There's nothing to look at. But, like, it's not the same kind of atmosphere. Like, they don't have the same kind of toughness.
Oh, I've been trying to get more. If you ask Kevin, he went to a game with me. I'm absolutely insane to the point I have no voice the next day. I'm screaming, pounding those chairs in front of me.
Yeah.
And I try to rally everyone around. But, yeah, I think we need to be louder every single down on defense. I want teams to literally fear coming here like they did in the 80s.
Me too. I mean, I actually, you know what? You know how Buffalo built their stadium outdoors?
Yep.
Their fans embrace the cold. That's who they are. We're trying to run under a pavilion when it gets a little chilly out.
Well, their fans also slam themselves through tables.
Yeah,
so
that's
they're
kinda,
a little on the
actually,
crazier side.
we had 200 Bills fans come to our tailgate a couple years ago. I said, hey, listen.
No table smash.
They're $49.99 at Costco's and BJ's. Says, just don't break them, okay? You don't want to. Just don't break them.
Yeah, we gotta keep using these throughout the season.
Yeah. Good fans.
So,
yeah.
Let's get to some more food talk now.
Oh my God.
What do you guys got going on today? What are you guys cooking
let's see.
up here?
There's gumbo over white rice.
All right.
Smashed onion burgers.
All right.
There's barbecue chicken legs, coleslaw, baked beans,
Excuse me,
pulled pork sliders. Yeah. So the thing at our tailgate is like all our food is made from scratch. We're not getting anything from Mark's getting running potato salad that's expired 3 days ago. Everything's made right now or the night before, so you get that home quality taste. So at our tailgates, it looks massive, but it's got that small tailgate feel vibe because we don't have any egos or sponsorship or nothing like that because we don't need that. We just bring people together and just eat. Because if we're not going to win, at least I'm going to be full.
Oh yeah.
I'm not paying $1 inside that stadium. Sorry, Jimmy. I'm not paying $1 inside that for a $12 hamburger.
I get my drink inside the stadium. I go in full when I leave that tailgate.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
But yeah, we have a few dogs here for today. We have a little cornhole tournament. So I'm just glad that people came out because I think that we need to come together more because I read Twitter, I read these blogs, and I listen to talk radio, and it's like everyone's always at each other's throats. Like, why don't we just come together, have a couple beers, and just live life?
The world has a lifetime of beautiful places to visit.
Oh my God.
Why are we arguing with each other when we can spend that time enjoying this place together?
I know. I mean, life is short. Hey.
We were just saying, if everyone did a little bit like what you're doing today is amazing, man. That's awesome. But if everyone did something like this, imagine how much better the world would be.
Yeah, my Twitter account's strictly tailgating and helping out dogs. I mean, the one thing I get a lot of people that ask me questions about tailgating. Tailgating is what you want it to be. I got these small groups that ask me questions. I'm like, I had just as much fun with 12 people in the Muni lot back in the day than I do with 250 people. As long as you're having fun, it doesn't matter what other people are doing. Worry about yourselves. I mean, it's not a competition. People make it out to be a competition. Like, this tailgate's better than this tailgate. You know what? Who cares? They're all fun. It's not even the tailgate. It's like the people that come there. It's not the parking lot. Like, oh, yeah, meeting lot's better than this and this.
It is all about the crowd.
The people that you come
and
with.
the food.
Yeah, and the food. Yeah.
Always about the food.
Yeah.
You got any surprises for this guy for his 40th birthday celebration?
We got a cake going on at we got a cake today. You gonna blow it out?
I mean,
you good at blowing? I'm just kidding.
Oh man,
personal show. Personal show. Well, we got a cake for you, and the one lady's supposed to bring candles. If not, we'll just hold a lighter like we're at a Def Leppard concert, and you can blow that out.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming on. You got
no
a bunch of people to get to and stuff, so we
So
appreciate the time.
Before we let you go, just let the people know how they can follow you and connect with events like this and even just the tailgate during the season.
Yeah, so, I'm not that socially inept with I'm pretty inept with the hashtags and all that crap. If you type in Top Dawg Tailgate, TOP, DWG Tailgate, it'll come up on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. So, my number's usually listed on there, too. I'm like, Hey, I get it. You want to call him, but
Hey.
you can find me. I'm easy to find.
Easy to find. And Eric, again, thank you so much for allowing us to come out here, allow us to do a
what?
show. We thought more of the podcasts were going to be doing a show out here. So
you know what the thing is like you invite 100 people. Hey, you can only
just said,
you can
now
only,
it's exclusive.
Yeah, now now you can only give the invitation out. You know, that's why you always collect money up front because like you have a party, for this big. I mean, hey, listen, you can be out a lot of money.
Yeah.
I mean, but hey, they said they're going to be here. Hey,
you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink.
Exactly.
All right, Eric. Well, thank you so much. We'll
right,
let you get back to
Super
the
Bowl,
rest of the
Super Browns, right?
Yeah, Super Bowl, Super Browns. For
yeah.
Sure. So, Top Dawg Tailgate. Make sure you guys follow them on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and all the updates will come through where they're at during the season and doing more of these off-season things for a good cause. Thank you so much,
Imagine
Eric.
the playoff tailgates. Oh, let's get there first.
Oh, yeah. Let's get there first.